I really do not.
Okay.
That's not my words
Okay.
at all about that. I don't think there's anything soft about the game that I know about how to describe as soft,
Okay.
number one.
Okay.
Number two, it's not to have depth. What part of that do you want to put in the build or rebuild definition? It's not there. The positive. Yes.
How big was that win?
Well, I think the way we got the win, and now Pittsburgh had a lot to do with some of the adversity that was in that ball game, to be trite. But for us to have the adversity we had and keep coming, I think that's the thing that every fan that I've heard or talked to were impressed about how our team stayed in there. Could have really been discouraged, and I'm sure were. But then came on back and got the win against a good Pittsburgh team. It was a team builder.
What does that say about Mike McCarthy and how this team fights with him for you?
Well, I wish we could have it in his hometown every week. Go up and play. Let him go over and get some at home cooking from Mama. And of course, some of the players even went over to. Really, it was the culmination of a great weekend to go up there. And the main thing is that all you had to do was look at the tradition aspect of what was on the field out there and kind of go from there about how important it'd be to have a win. It also shows me that our guys do step up, and you have to have that. And that doesn't mean anything other than if you're going to have a winning team over the course of a year with the injury attrition you have, with the talent attrition that you can have during the course of a long season, you've got to have young players step up. And that, to me, technically was the most important thing about the other night.
Do you think Micah Parsons is close, like maybe coming back after the bye, or what is kind of the prognosis?
Well, he's close. The real question for me is how close, and no one knows that at this time. We'll have to see how the week goes.
So would you want to err on the side of the cards because you have the bye, so it won't be something he lingers with, or you?
Well, I don't think you get down to that. He can either go or he can't go. And anytime they're got into the can't go business, it has to do with that decision of would another week be that material on him not having another injury or that injury reopened. So that's just a part of the process. And again, how close is the biggest question of all.
Because of all your injuries at defensive end, on the outside, people say, well, be aggressive, go add another pass rusher. Why is it more difficult than, I guess, easy just saying that?
Well, I agree with be aggressive, but the guy we got out there, be aggressive. From that standpoint, yes, let's be aggressive. Let's get. We've got guys on the practice squad that can step up there and make those plays. We brought in one last week, and so aggressive in the sense of being aggressive about letting the guys that you have as depth go play, and that's what's important. Let me be real clear about something. It's a positive. The more of your depth that can play, that is a positive. And you're in a dream world if you don't think you're going to have to play depth in the NFL. If that depth is young, then that's another step for the future games that are coming down the road this year and years future.
Why, can you talk about Zeke's role and why we haven't seen more of Zeke, certainly on the goal line, different things like that, and Rico, not Rico, but
Dalvin
Cook.
Cook.
And is this time for this time this week or what?
It's a long season. And so judiciously managing snaps of veteran players is a big part of the whole show.
Last week you were on the radio, you said you agreed that you were in a slow rebuild or soft rebuild. We're also trying
Clarence, they're trying to pull your stuff. You're putting words in your mouth. I didn't say that.
Okay, I'm just asking.
But I know you didn't ask. You said last word. You started with the wrong facts.
Okay.
I didn't say that at all. I said that the young players getting to play that we know certainly are going to be playing. We just don't know which ones are going to play a lot because we don't know the injury. But what you're seeing is par for our course. That our team is structured that way so that unless you just have a complete wipeout at a position at many depths of the roster. We should have people ready to step up and go out there and play a football game good enough to win. We did against Pittsburgh.
So there's no philosophy of a soft rebuild today. You kind of seem like you agree.
I have no idea of what you're talking about. I really do not.
Okay.
That's not my words
Okay.
at all about that. I don't think there's anything soft about the game that I know about how to describe as soft,
Okay.
number one.
Okay.
Number two, it's not to have depth. What part of that do you want to put in the build or rebuild definition? It's not there. The positive of losing, which is you've almost got to make up one. The positive of losing a player is that a young player, usually your depth, is going to get some reps. A player that can get better for the future.
How long do you think you guys will be without Marshawn Nealon?
I don't know. From a standpoint of, I would just venture a shot at a month. And I don't know if I'm including the bye week in there or not. Is it a month of games or a month of that time? But certainly it's just like Bland. We know we're going to get him back.